So Meta is like Facebook essentially, and Yandex is essentially like a search engine company. What they did was they have this thing called pixel tracking. If you go on a website and and you break everything up into like literally the pixels on your screen, like literally just slice everything up like a grid. It's just pixels on your screen. You can imagine that a one single pixel will not be noticeable to you, right? It's too small for you to see, even on a big screen. Like maybe you might notice it, maybe a little bit, but on a big screen, one single pixel is not going to be noticeable to you. And what companies like Meta and Yandex in particular here are doing, they use pixel tracking where they embed a tracking piece of code essentially onto one little pixel on your screen, and then they track what you do as you move around from site to site to site. Now, for the more programmer kind of people on stream, what they did here is they used a localhost loopback. So because they have the ability to kind of embed themselves deeper into your phone operating system in particular, because this is for Android, they used the cookie that comes with that single pixel tracking mechanism. And then they used a localhost loopback on your Android phone so that as you move around from website to website, they have a continuous tracking mechanism, which means that even if the pixel originated from, say, Facebook's website as an example, and then you go to like Google, you would think, well, the pixel should be gone, right? Technically, the pixel is gone, but the tracking code is still local hosting, tracking everything that you're doing, and then shipping all your movement information back to Facebook and Yandex. This is how these people work, how these companies work. And the reason why they do this stuff, again, for the consumers out there, the reason why this stuff happens and you buy ads and subscriptions on top of this is because nobody knows how to make quality websites and quality apps and quality software and quality games anymore. So the people don't want to pay for this crap anymore. They're so frustrated, people like you and me. And so they have to resort to these tactics in order to squeeze every penny that they can out of you. And these, in particular, these tactics are actually so underhanded. Let me just take you to the top here. I think it's here. Yeah. So this website, the day that they posted this exploit, and it's not really an exploit, but the day that they posted that they figured out this is how Facebook and Yandex work, Meta Facebook pixel scripts are no longer sending any packets or requests to localhost on the day of. And the cookie that they were using, gone. Very, very sketch. If this was not underhanded, if Meta felt like they had a leg to stand on to do this kind of underhanded tactic, why on the day that this was released would they remove this tactic? Does this stuff actually render pixel on the screen? Yes. Yeah. So essentially what they'll do is they will literally take a pixel, and it might not be like an image necessarily, but you could think of it as like a div element. If you know anything about HTML or whatever, for the programmers, it'll be like just an element or an iframe. It's typically an iframe. Sometimes there will be images because they hijack the image to send information back, like to inject stuff and then send information back. But it is literally a 1x1 pixel. Like that's literally the size. So it's so small that you're not going to notice that this is even there. This, by the way, this isn't new. This has been around since like early 2000s. I remember when I would add Google search engine optimization tracking on e-commerce websites, and this is how it operates.